What up, world? It's your boy Ken Corey, man. I'm here in DC, and I haven't made one of these in a minute, but I feel like it's needed right now. It's definitely really necessary because I haven't been talking about the dating world, and right now it's the beginning of cuffing season. But not only is it the beginning of cuffing season, it's right smack dab in the middle of this whole government shutdown that's been going on here in DC, and it's really affecting the dating world. So I decided, why not do what I usually do and start talking to you guys about the dating world and give you guys basically an update on what is going out here in these DC streets. And let's try to do it before the sun goes all the way down, which gives me about, I don't know, like less than 20 minutes. All right, people, so let's talk about the financial stress and burden that these furloughed employees, federal government employees, are facing right now. With a lot of people going to work and not getting paid, like me, or people who are not going to work and still also not getting paid, that is causing people to feel a great deal of anxiety and stress right now. Because I mean, one of the main things that stresses out pretty much every adult I know is the fact that they want to be able to pay their bills and they don't want to be a burden to family members and people around them because they have to ask for money or need for help or stuff like that. And when you take away their ability to feel that self-confidence they used to have because they're not getting paid and stuff like that, next thing you know, it pretty much freezes any ideas of the dating process in general. Like, who the heck wants to date when they ain't got no money? Especially men. Especially men. Maybe women can get away with it, but men definitely cannot. Basically, all I'm saying is right now, people are only thinking about and focused on their necessities. I said it all messed up. Their necessities. When it's all said and done, the truth is dating is not a necessity right now, which means it's just not gonna happen. I mean, all I'm saying is when people don't make money, they don't spend money. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. So how does this truly continue to affect the whole dating life here in DC? It affects it drastically because it costs money to go out and eat. It costs money to do most dates. And a lot of women are gonna say that they're not looking for a man to have to spend money or have a lot of money on a date, but that's not true. No woman wants their first date to be going out for ice cream. That's like a third, fourth date type of activity once you already have gotten to know the person and you've proven your financial stability. And I know it's gonna be at least one woman that's gonna say that they do like that, but that's cap. Less people spending money is ultimately not only just gonna affect the dating world, but it's also gonna just affect DC's nightlife in general. DC's nightlife already basically be struggling. And I ain't gonna say struggling because people don't got the money. It just be struggling because this ain't really the type of city that runs off of social hierarchies. It runs mainly off of power and, you know, government and stuff like that. It's not really the type of city that people party in anyway. And since people aren't partying, you know, there's less people meeting each other, less dating going on. It just all melts down to being the same issue, which is people ain't spending money, they're not going on dates, blah, blah, blah. One positive note I have to say about when it comes to dating in the DMV, especially during a furlough, is the fact that when everyone's in the furlough and they're not at work, what do you think's happening during the daytime? People are going outside. People are getting active. So one positive thing I can say about dating during this time right now, or dating in DC, is that there has absolutely been a major uptick in people being outside, people being in random libraries, people just being about, and you're actually having the ability to actually run into a lot more people right now, which is dope. But the only caveat to that is that, you know, hey, people maybe might not be trying to spend money, but I don't know, this could kind of be somewhat of a positive thing in a way. But just know there's a lot of people outside right now, is what I'm basically trying to say. The dating pool in general has changed. Like the selection that you had before ain't the selection that you have now. You have more people in the pool because not everyone's just sitting inside or not everyone's at work like they usually would be. There's also quite a few businesses out there that are catering to the fact that people are furloughed. So there's quite a few deals out there for government employees or people who are furloughed. So that also can work to your benefit. Not saying that, once again, it's a good thing that they have to do that, but the businesses who care about getting more business or people who tend to care just in general are also doing that. So just wanted to throw it out there to keep in mind, guys. Now, another thing that has been affected by the government shutdown is the museums. All the museums in the federal area, in the downtown area, in the National Mall area, they usually are open and free, which usually makes them a go-to dating move or a go-to place for a date when it comes to the dating world. But now that all the museums are closed down, you're more than likely to actually find people at bars and clubs and stuff like that right now because, I mean, there's not really much else to do but go there. So basically the people who would go to the museums are more likely, not saying that they are just automatically going to do it, but they're just more likely to actually be found in the clubs and stuff like that right now. So that's something you might also want to keep track of, as far as like if your go-to move was to find the cuties in the museums. Well, they outside getting some food now, or they finding other activities to do. So you might want to get a little active and see what that's about. Also right now, I think it might be a good idea to go ahead and start letting you guys know that I have been streaming on Twitch a whole lot lately. So if you guys want to start seeing, you know, videos of me walking about, being outside in the nightlife, being outside just in activities in general, and watching it happen live, make sure you guys go to my description, go to my Twitch channel and follow me right there, because that's when you can start interacting with me live instead of having to wait for me to respond to your comments in the videos down below, which I still try to get around to those people as well. But I'm just saying, if you want to be able to interact with me live or catch the next live situation happening, you definitely want to be following me on Twitch. But anyway, let's get on with the video. Now, being that a lot of museums are shut down and a lot of national parks and stuff are starting to close up right now, it has been started to be reported that a lot of tourists are just not showing up. People are starting to basically say that DC is somewhat like a ghost town right now, as far as like that tourism feeling right now. So I'm saying that to say that if you're one of those people who are used to being able to talk to or meet a lot of people who aren't from the area, and that's kind of like your go-to move is to like to be in touristy areas to meet new people, then you may not be able to do that right now. You may have to slow down, slow your roll, and maybe start mingling more with the people in the local area, just in general, because your dating pool has just shriveled down to like a trickle. Basically, it's what I'm hearing. It's definitely not in your favor anymore. Another thing that I think you should definitely keep in consideration, high consideration, is, you know, one thing that people aren't going to tell you about, and only people who are from DC know that goes on, is the fact that the conversations in DC usually tend to evolve around, you know, like eventually asking you, what do you do for a living and stuff like that. But lately, because of this whole government shutdown, the conversation in general has pretty much changed. It's more of like, you know, hey, you know, everyone's basically talking about this government shutdown thing. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm making this video, because it's such a hot topic right now in DC. It's hard to, you know, be on a date, or if you basically what I'm saying is, if you expect to go on a date and not end up talking about this, then you might be out of luck. Like, if you don't like talking about political stuff, I would say the dating conversations might be a little more politically driven nowadays than usual. So just be aware of that when you're going on these dates, when you're trying to go on dates in general here in DC, that the environment has been changing and it's a lot of stuff going on. The building that's behind me is called the Water of Astoria. It has a really, really nice lobby area for people who want to just sit at the bar and order a drink, or people who stay at the hotel, stuff like that. I saw that this place is also known for being a good place to possibly just sit at a bar and just meet new people. So who knows what's going to happen when I walk in here. And I'll probably end up seeing you guys in the next video if you guys come back. And yes, it is officially dating season, or it's officially cuffing season here in Washington, D.C. Now that it's getting cold outside, because yesterday morning it said it felt like 15 degrees. Yeah, that means I'm going to be inside a lot more often. But anyways, let's go inside the Water of Astoria real quick and see what's going on. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I was going to try to end it off with me showing you the inside of the Water of Astoria, which was, you know, one of the places that I was trying to tell you guys about that has good bar seating where you can meet people. But when I walked in, I realized I really was kind of underdressed for that specific situation. Plus, there's also a lot of politicians that are here right now because of all the stuff that's going on, all the debates that are going on Capitol Hill. So I was like, I don't think it's a good idea to be trying to record me or anything else that's going on, especially around these type of people. Because I have people talking about stuff that's going on at the Capitol Hill on the floor right now that I'm like, oh, that should not be recorded and put on the internet. So anyways, with that said, I hope you guys enjoy the tips that I brought up, and I am about to start bringing you guys more dating content, more updates on dating life here in DC, and we're just gonna see what happens. All right, I'm gonna start getting home so I can edit this, and then I have another move to make, and we're gonna go from there. See you guys later on in the next video. Peace. Wow, the bus would come and block my sunlight as soon as I started the video. That's crazy. I had the perfect shot, bro. This definitely gotta be a blooper.